Are you ready?
Yes! Do you like pie?
What's going on, everybody? For WrestleTrivia, I'm your host, Kevin J. Callis.
Yes!
And you're watching episode 69. Dude, I just said, I'm just talking about the number of the episode, okay, people? God.
There's no pimps, no hoes, and selective censoring.
Anywho, let's go to the board now and check out the categories that you'll be quizzed on in this episode, starting with Days of the Week, followed by Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Our third category, 1988. Our fourth category, some food for thought. And our fifth and final category, as chosen by the WrestleTrivia community, that would be you. The choices this week were wrestlers' names that begin with the letter A, wrestlers' names that begin with the letter B, or wrestlers' names that begin with the letter C. And the winner was wrestlers' names that begin with the letter A. And that sound means it's time for the 200-point job around. You know, the easiest round in Wrestling Jeopardy.
Man, come on.
Let's kick things off with Days of the Week for 200. In 1995, Eric Bischoff's WCW went to war with WWE, competing head-to-head on this night of television. What is Monday? Moving on to Snap, Crackle, and Pop for 2. Breaking his leg in gruesome fashion at WCW's Sin pay-per-view in 2001 became an unfortunately iconic part of this superstar's legacy. Now, this injury was so bad that Sid Vicious sued WCW because it essentially ended his wrestling career. On to the third category of the job around, from the year 1988. This superstar progressed from Intercontinental titleist the year prior to winning the WWE World Championship at WrestleMania 4. Who is the Macho Man, Randy Savage? Here comes the first clue from Food for Thought, worth 200 points. Over the years, Jim Ross has diversified his product line to include hot sauces and mustards, but it all began with this tangy masterpiece inspired by his mama. What is barbecue sauce? And let's finish up the job around with this highly intelligent category, wrestlers' names beginning with the letter A. With head in tow, this delusional superstar left ECW to join WWE in 1998, becoming an immediate fixture of the promotion's budding hardcore division. Who is Al Snow?
Al?
Alright, now it's the time of the game where we hear from one of our contestants. At El Camarino de Portivo says, big fan from Puerto Rico. And that's pretty cool. I mean, that's like 2 fans I feel like we have from Puerto Rico. This guy, and of course, NYC Demon Diva, that's Issa over there playing Wrestling Jeopardy on her streams.
Hey, Kevin!
And let's kick off the 400-point round now with a clue from Days of the Week. Emanating from nightclubs rather than arenas, this edgy Attitude Era television show featured some of 1990's most controversial moments. I mean, one time it was also held at Penn Station in New York. What is Shotgun Saturday Night? On to Snap, Crackle, and Pop for 400. In 2002, Hardcore Holly paid the price for being difficult with Brock Lesnar and wound up with a broken neck after this maneuver was botched. The crusty old bastard Hardcore Holly tried to teach the rookie Brock Lesnar a lesson by sandbagging and unfortunately wound up out of action for 13 months after taking a botched powerbomb.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Here comes another clue from 1988, worth 400 points. Tragedy struck pro wrestling within a horrific 13-day period during the summer of 1988 with the unfortunate passing of Bruiser Brody and this adorable superstar. Who is Adrian Adonis? I'm going to be really hungry by the time we make it to the 5th clue in this category. Here's the second clue from Food for Thought. As a way to thank his loyal fan base in Chicago, CM Punk gave away these frozen treats to everyone who witnessed his AEW debut and subsequent return to pro wrestling in 2021. Yes, he finally got what he always wanted. What are ice cream bars? And let's finish up the 400-point round with this clue from wrestlers' names, beginning with A, the enforcer of the Four Horsemen. Who is Double A, Arn Anderson?
Just remember, there's some mighty fierce competition left awaiting you.
On to the 600-point round now, and I got a little help from WrestleTrivia channel member at Steve Bonneman 6845 as he came up with this clue. 6 days after the 1991 Survivor Series, this experimental pay-per-view event was held on a weeknight in San Antonio. What is this Tuesday in Texas? Here comes the 600-point clue from Snap, Crackle, and Pop. A botched ladder spot fractured this WWE superstar's nose in 4 different places at 2006's Armageddon pay-per-view. One of the worst injuries I've ever seen while watching the WWE, this terrible thing happened to one half of Eminem, who is Joey Mercury. We're on to another clue from 1988. This one worth 600 points. The inaugural Royal Rumble aired as a free television special on the USA Network the same night as this NWA pay-per-view. What is the Bunkhouse Stampede? Oh boy, here comes a bonus question about the Bunkhouse Stampede, and if you answer this correctly, you will double your points. Who did Dusty Rhodes eliminate last to win the 1988 Bunkhouse Stampede? One half of the Powers of Pain, who is the Barbarian. The fourth clue of the 600-point round comes to us from WrestleTrivia channel member at Trent Hanneman 3580, and he writes, as Shayna Baszler complained about WWE catering, R-Truth scolded the Queen of Spades on a July 2020 episode of Raw Talk, saying she should have used more of this condiment on her fried fish. Doing what R-Truth does best, making other wrestlers break character. The correct answer, what is tartar sauce?
The fried fish they had was pretty good, if I may add. You probably didn't put no tartar sauce on it.
Prepared to die.
And let's finish up the 600-point round with this clue from wrestlers' names that begin with the letter A. During his Monday Night Raw debut in October 1995, this superstar proved his might right away when he body slammed Yokozuna. The master of the Pearl River Plunge, who is Ahmed Johnson. All right, 15 questions down, 10 to go, plus the daily doubles floating around, and we still have Final Jeopardy.
You want it? You got it!
Let's begin with the fourth clue from Days of the Week. With host Vince McMahon and sidekick Lord Alfred Hayes, this classic WWE television show gave audiences a glimpse into the lives of their most beloved and despised superstars both in and out of the ring. What is Tuesday Night Titans? On to the fourth clue from Snap, Crackle, and Pop. In 1992, Steve Austin broke this Japanese wrestler's neck, performing the same sit-up pile driver that would injure him 5 years later. Finding himself in a similar situation to the SummerSlam bout, but with the roles reversed, one of the biggest New Japan stars of all time, Masahiro Chono, was unfortunately on the receiving end. And here comes the third clue of the 800-point round. It's from 1988. All right, raise your hand if you were born before 1988. No, you weren't? That's okay, don't worry about it.
Why?
I have faith in you, don't worry, this question isn't probably too hard. What's that? Oh, it is?
Let's go!
All right, time is up. Here's the Daily Double clue. Having been gifted the WWE Championship by Andre the Giant, Ted DiBiase actually defended the world title at 3 house shows against this superstar. Now, before President Jack Tunney officially declared the WWE Championship vacant, the $1 Million Man actually paraded around like he was the world champion and defended the title against Bam Bam Bigelow. Here comes another clue from Food for Thought, and it's another clue courtesy of WrestleTrivia channel member @Karth33. Things got quite messy when Candice Michelle and Melina tangled in a 1,000-gallon tub filled with this popular lunchtime snack at WWE's One Night Stand pay-per-view in 2007. One of Bill Cosby's favorite items of all time. What is Jell-O pudding, or it's just what is pudding? And here comes the final clue before we begin the 1,000-point main event round. Comes from wrestlers' names beginning with the letter A. This superstar's charismatic personality and communications background served him well in a transition from competing to commentating, earning him the nickname of the Analyst. With low-key one of the greatest entrance theme songs of all time, who is Alex Riley? All right, we've reached the most difficult round in Wrestling Jeopardy. It's the main event. 5 1,000-point questions guaranteed to put your wrestling knowledge to the test.
Wow.
And we begin with the final clue from Days of the Week. Aimed at a younger demographic, this WWE show had a brief run on the CW network from 2012 to 2013. What is Saturday Morning Slam? The final clue from Snap, Crackle, and Pop is worth 1,000 points. After shattering his ankle in a 1996 car wreck, doctors fused this superstar's left foot together in a permanently fixed 90-degree position. Definitely makes it kind of difficult to wrestle, and it unfortunately grounded Flying Brian Pillman. The final clue from 1988 is worth 1,000 points. We're going back to the territories too. The only world-class wrestling championship Iceman King Parsons didn't win in 1988 was this title. The Iceman had a stellar year that year, winning the World Heavyweight title from Kerry Von Erich. He held the Texas title, but he never won the Tag Team title. 2 clues remain before Final Jeopardy, and once again, I'm getting a little help here from a WrestleTrivia channel member @BigHossman1144. The Magnificent Morocco was once more interested in eating his dinner than wrestling, that his manager, Captain Lou Albano, actually fed him this type of sandwich during a match. And you can actually see a video of this if you type into your Google machine, Don Morocco meatball sub.
Another bite.
You've got to be kidding me.
And let's close out the board with this 1,000-point clue from wrestlers' names beginning with the letter A. This Argentine acrobat was Miguel Perez's U.S. Tag Team Championship partner in the 1950s. Going way back, who is Antonino Rocca? All right, 26 clues are down, and only one separates you from becoming the ultimate WrestleTrivia champion. Let's find out what episode 60, you know what episode number it is. Let's find out what the Final Jeopardy category is. Of course, our good friends at the Right to Censor. All right, time is up. Here's the Final Jeopardy clue. Who did Bull Buchanan and the Good Father defeat to become WWE World Tag Team Champions on November 6, 2000? Was it A, Edge and Christian, B, the Dudleys, C, the Hardy Boys, or D, Too Cool? Good luck. Now, Buchanan made the pin for the win and the team's first and only title reign after Edge and Christian came out while the referee was knocked out and took out the Hardy Boys. And that does it for another episode of Wrestling Jeopardy! My name's Kevin J. Callis, and I'll see you next time.